Hi guys, how's life? I'm RuboGubo and today we'll be checking out the Land Rover Defender at 101 88 inch or something. And here it is in all its very tall glory. Very annoying, but not really its fault. So yeah, let's get right into it with what it can do. So let's just open the switch, get in, and using the key 1 to close the door. Then obviously the ASWD. Okay, so we have several buttons in this design, and for some of the mechanics here I will reference our previous video, as that has most of what this vehicle has. So in terms of speed, it is relatively quick and agile. However, if you turn just a little bit too aggressively, you are in fact you can turn over. I just stopped it before that happened. And I mean, that isn't great. Like, here we go. You see what I mean? So that's something that I'm not quite happy with this vehicle. It's a bit too top heavy, which comes from the fact that it's simply taller up. Anyway, another key that can be found is the 2, and that switches the open door. Again, it's like 1, these are just doors. 3 activates the lights, which looks nice. The back lights are a bit difficult to see, and the front lights, well, you know, they're not that bad. 4 is the indicator light, and so is 5, so you can have an emergency stop or just one or the other, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Nice system. Isn't automatic though, so I mean, could be better. The suspension, it does hit the top of the vehicle, so maybe a bit stiffer suspension. It would also help with the tipping over problem. Mechanically speaking, it also has number 6, which switches it to electric mode, as you can see. Now this uses a similar mechanic from the last episode, which was quite a while back actually. So check out there to see the special system this uses. It's basically the same, has an electric and an engine. Because the engine can be overridden, they just lower down a little metal bar which blocks it, meaning that only the electric engine moves. And the electric engine is, by the way, always on. Just the sound of the... Oh, done it again. Oh wow, we've gone all the way around. Anyway, just the sound of... Oh dear God, yes, this always happens when it goes around. Whenever this vehicle flips, it gets very laggy. I don't know if that's my game, but it seems like a general trend. Anyway, so apart from that, we also have 7, a horn. Every car's got to have it, and then 8, which is just the radio. We don't need to listen to that, mainly because I'm probably gonna get... Yeah, as you can see, the fact that it can flip over so easily is a rather large problem, especially if you're just trying to have fun with your friends and are not particularly paying attention to what you're doing. Overall though, it's fairly functional. I can see it being quite good on rough terrain, but not quite as polished as the last one. Now let's get out, and here we come to our second problem, and this may be because it's actually quite old and I think Scrap Mechanics is updated, but whenever I get out I end up stuck here, but when I open the doors I can't fit out, which is why I have this seat here so that I can just hop out easily. So I mean, you might have to build some sort of station to get out. Not ideal, but we'll let it pass. So yeah, overall on technicality, by the way, I'm rating this based on technicality and also beauty. So on the technicality, it has a fancy gear changing system, not perfectly well executed, and I'll show you here really quickly. When you switch into the different modes, you can see that it does move the vehicle about a bit, which last week's video didn't do. I'm going to need the seat again. So, yes. So, yeah. Apart from that, it actually has doors unlike the last one. Although the creator of that creation did say that it was due to save on lag, which I can quite understand. It has a panel system for all your switches, in case you're wondering, by the way. Now, looks-wise, it's okay. So, a few crimes, in my opinion, is stuff like this, where you can see the corner facing, especially on this door. Oh wow, collision particles. These just don't look very good and are very obvious and aren't really necessary in this case, although I can see what he's tried to do, and I'm assuming it's a he. Sorry if that offends anybody, or if it is not a he, just for the sake of speaking. This is not 100% necessary. The wheels, a little bit of texture, add a little bit. The front is also quite good, although the mechanism down here is fairly exposed. It's got a few little nice features like that, and the top rail. And also if we go inside, as you can see, they had to move that out of the way. But there's an exhaust here, which is interesting. And it also has a jerry can. I think that's what they're called. And yeah, the inside, it's okay. It's got a few glitches here and there caused by, well, the fact that they're glitches. Nice bit of detailing around the place. Not too much to talk about. So another part of that is, like I said earlier, the brake lights, and in fact just the lights in general, while nicely integrated, are too hidden in my opinion and are kind of difficult to see. The horns are nicely placed, but yeah, again, I do like this system here. Excuse me. This system here, as it looks kind of like an engine. And then we have the roof, which again has the rail, which you saw a bit of while driving. Overall, I wouldn't give this a beautiful grade. I mean, I can see sort of what he was going for with the concrete, but the concrete hasn't turned out beautiful, and also contributed to it tipping over quite well. I don't think I said what score I gave it for the technical. For the technical, due to its slightly sophisticated system, but otherwise complete normality in terms of what a vehicle needs, I'm going to give it a 5, seeing as this is pretty much average. Well, a little bit above average. I'll give it a 6. A 6 because it's a little bit above average with that fancy system. Although, as you can see, it's a bit jerked out. So yeah. On the other hand, excuse me. On the artist point of view, not the prettiest vehicle. Overall, the block he chose just didn't end up meshing very well. I see he went for the papery look of World War II vehicles, but they weren't completely made out of paper, and it also doesn't really fit with the curves he tried to implement. Also, glitches are very exposed on the outside, and the lights aren't perfect. As you can see here, more glitches, and also a little bit of clipping. Oh dear, my computer is broken. There we go. So yeah, in art, I sadly, just because it doesn't look nice, it's got details which slightly redeems it, but overall, I think it's going to be a 2. Nah, I'll give it a 4, because from far away, which we can mimic, it doesn't look half bad. You know, if you're far away and you're not paying attention, although those gears are very obnoxious, far away, doesn't look that bad. It's when you get close up and see what material, and also these things here, that it loses its detail. So I'll give it a 4. Below average, yeah. So thank you very much for watching. That was my very quick and guide on how I think this looks. Agree or disagree, please do comment below. By the way, this was made by FenoworkTR. He's been a 5-year Steam member and is technically a community leader with 1,370 hours of playtime in scrap mechanics. Check him out. He has a YouTube channel. Again, FenoworkTR. So, you know, if you want him to improve or see how he's improved since this vehicle was created, which was quite a while ago, it's certainly not new by any means. Probably 3 years old. If you want to see how he's progressed and become better, do check out his channel. Other than that, I'm RuboGubo, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.